Good morning. I'm going to do 37 and 39 as promised. And I'm looking at your review sheet. We are solving the inequality, graphing the solution, and writing it in interval notation. And 37 says t minus 9 less than negative 8, or 5t plus 8 greater than 18. Okay, people. Now, I know that you run errands for your mom. Everybody does, always has. It's part of being a kid. So my mother would say, Holly, go to the store and get bread and milk. So what do you think would happen if I didn't bring home both bread and milk? Gail would not be happy, and nobody wanted that. If she had said, bring home bread or milk, and I only brought home bread, I still obeyed, right? Go to the store. I don't know, it would be a strange day, but Holly, go to the store and bring back either bread or milk. So I choose milk. I did it. Okay, so that's sort of what you're thinking about here. And as you're studying these compound inequalities. So you have two statements here. Let's save this one for a second. Okay, and also, I like to piece things out because too many things all in one place really confuse me. All righty. So part of this solution is that the values for t are less than 1. Now let's pick up the second part. Am I going to change my solution set here since I'm dividing by positive 5? You are correct. I am not going to change the solution set. Recall, please, that if this had been a negative 5, I would have to change this sign from greater than to less than. So 3 requirements here. The solution, here are my solutions. These t's are less than 1, or these t's can be greater than 2. So these solutions are less than 1 or greater than 2. There's my solution. We have to graph. There are my critical points, kind of our signposts there. So t less than 1 is not going to include 1. 1 is not less than 1. And then it's all of these guys this way. There's all the t's in the world that are less than 1. Or these t's can be greater than 2. 2 is not greater than 2. These are all greater than 2. Now let's check our intervals to see what a final graph is going to look like and what our interval notation is going to look like. So we do some test points here. Let's try this interval this way, and let's just try a point. Let's try negative 10, because if it's true for negative 10, it's going to be true for everything. Negative 10 is less than 1. Perfect. And for or, if it's true for 1, it's going to be, it'll satisfy both. It's either bread or milk. But let's go ahead and keep going. So this interval is good. Let's try this interval. Let's try something in this interval, like 1.5. 1.5 is not less than 1. 1.5 is not greater than 2. It doesn't do either thing. It would be like if Gail said, Holly, go get bread or milk, and I bring home mustard. This is not going to work at all. And that's kind of obvious, the big blank space there. Let's test this interval. Let's try 10. 10 is greater than 2. Good. 10 is not less than 1, but I don't care because this is an either or situation. So this is all good. So let's pretty up this graph. For our final solution. There's my graph. There's the appropriate graph. Here's the interval notation. Starts at negative infinity. Remember, infinity is always excluded. It's never exact because it's kind of a moving target. We go to 1. 1 is not included. I want to make sure that looks like a parentheses for you. I got a little bit sloppy there, sorry. then this piece is missing. This means union, because my solution set is the union between these values and these values that do not include 2, but go to positive infinity, and that's your solution. That's pretty. All right. Let's do 39. $39. 2x minus 5 is less than or equal to -3, and, oh dear, it's got to be bread and milk. It's got to be very specific. And greater than or equal to 6. There we go. All right, let's solve. Again, piecing this out just to make it feel a little easier. I have to do things incrementally. I have to do them a step at a time, a piece at a time. Or not only do I get confused, but I'm probably going to make a mistake. Okay, here's my solution. These x's are less than or equal to 1, and these x's are greater than or equal to -4. There is my solution. Let's work on a graph. Okay, x is less than or equal to 1. Now, this is 1/2 of an equal sign, right? If I took an equal sign and I eliminated half of it, that's the piece that's right there. So that means that 1 is part of my solution, and then everything less than 1. So there's that part. Then the rest of the solution is that these x's are also greater than or equal to -4, or equal to. So now let's talk about this. This seems trivial, but it isn't. If you graph this on your test with an open circle, then you've given me a wrong answer, because I need -4 to be in this answer, and I need 1 to be in this answer. So if you leave the circle open, like if you do this instead, then you've excluded 1, and it's a different solution. So be careful about that, please. All right, so let's try. I've got 3 intervals. Let's try this interval. I'm going to plug in -10. -10 is less than or equal to 1, but it is not greater than or equal to -4. So this interval, no good. I'm going to put a little frowny face there. Let's try this interval here in the middle. Let's try 0. 0 is less than or equal to 1. 0 is greater than or equal to 4. So this is a happy place here. Let's put a smiley face and try this third interval. Everything bigger, all these that are bigger than 1. Let's try 10. 10 is not less than or equal to -1. And as soon as we say no, the whole thing's no. It's greater than or equal to -4, but it's not less than or equal to 1. And so this interval, not going to work. Now let's clean up this graph, so teacher will have something clean to grade. There's a pretty graph. Yep. And then your interval notation. -4 included, it goes to 1, included, and stops right there. That's what that problem looks like. We all right? Y'all take care. Do math every day. Guys, that is the only way to improve your math skills. The only way. As a struggling math learner myself, that's it. You do math every day as long as you can stand it. Reach out to others to get help. Right? Okay, I'm done. See you later.